world renowned. He worked on the Edward Snowden
Oh, wow.
film.
Fantastic.
So
You probably know more about this than I do. Then.
He's up there. Your character is very interesting. Talk about what makes him interesting to you and why you accepted that role, first of all.
I accepted the role because they were doing two things. They were offering to pay me, and they were offering to fly me to lots of fun locations around the world. We shot in New York, we shot in Hong Kong, Bangkok, and in Toronto. So that was already just an exciting proposition from the get-go. But also, what helped was that the script was pretty great. So I knew I was going to be able to do some things with it. And for me, it's in reading the script, if I can, of course, have fun with a character. But if I feel like it gives me something to do, something to, a bit of a challenge, I can kind of pretend I'm a different person. Because a lot of the time these days, I'm just me with an American accent. So at least Alex, the character of Alex, gave me some wiggle room. It was just good fun, honestly.
Do you have a different perspective now on anonymous and hackers in general? Because anything is out there. Anything can be grabbed off the web now, and that's not good, especially outside the U.S. where there are no rules.
This is true. I mean, I've grown up with computers. Obviously, a 21-year-old guy. I've been abreast of the internet my whole life. So I don't know that it really changed my perspective. I've always been tentative in posting things online. I've always been very cautious because I know how permanent it can be. And of course, you want to, as I said in the previous interview, you want to cover the webcam if you're doing anything suspicious on your computer. And I think it's a good idea, but I don't know. It hasn't really changed my mind. No, I don't think so. Because it was, of course, it's set a few years ago, and it's not actually about Anonymous, the organization these days. Yeah.
What did you learn that you might not have known about that? About this whole, I call it the underground, the shady underground look of things when it comes to this? Because it's all true life, even though it's a movie, it's still happening out there.
I don't know that I learned anything, honestly. I mean, see, this is, maybe I'm kind of a shallow actor in that perspective. Maybe I'm too spontaneous. But for me, I went and there was a script and they gave me the character and it was all pretty straightforward. I have a director there telling me what to do. I have a script there telling me what to say and where to stand and all that sort of thing. And so I can't say that I absorbed too much of who my character would be in real life or what he might know, because it was written out for me. So I don't think I learned anything about hacking really, aside from that it can be dangerous and that I probably wouldn't be capable of doing it myself.
What would you say to get the audience to come out to support this film?
I would say that this is, it's very topical, it's very relevant. It's also very exciting, and I think the story is quite compelling. And obviously I'm attached to it insofar as I filmed it, and I spent a lot of time doing it, and I think we all worked really hard, and I think it turned out great. And I'm proud of what I did, and I'd love people to go see it if they're at all fans of me, if they've seen anything I've done. This is quite different. But it's very relevant, and it might maybe give you some insight, more than it did me, into how this world works.
When you think of working with Steven Spielberg or a Baz Luhrmann, what are you looking for when you're hoping to work with those great directors? What do you hope to learn as an actor?
Ooh, let me think. I suppose there's experience in everything you do in this industry, and it's such a multifaceted job is acting. But I suppose in working with these wonderful, prestigious people, you mostly want the bragging rights. But of course, you're going to learn some wonderful things, and there's no telling what it could be, because a lot of the things you learn in this industry can be learned through osmosis more than anything else. You don't necessarily go up to people and ask them, "Can you give me some advice?" That sort of thing. It just tends to happen. You form a working relationship with these people, and then they end up advising you, should they have intended to or not, and should you have asked for it or not. And so it's tough to predict, but you're always going to learn something, because you're for lack of a better word, trapped on set with these people for months on end. And there's always going to be a new experience, there's always going to be some crazy event or occurrence, so you can never predict it. But mostly it's bragging rights, if I'm honest.
We'll talk about mostly predicting and bragging rights. What was it like when you ended up on this certain magazine, 2013, 2014, being that new guy out there? Was that a surprise for you?
GQ, the breakthrough of the year. God, that was great fun. because I got to tell people that I was one of the GQ Men of the Year, so I was honoured to have received that. I've still got the trophy in my apartment, and I show it to people whenever they walk in. I say, "See, look, I've got a glass 3D GQ prism right over there." Yeah, that was great. Good. So it's nice. It's nice to receive an award because it's acknowledgement. It's people saying, "No, we like what you did," or at least we like what you're maybe going to do, because it's a breakthrough award. Yeah, give me more. You've got them. GQ, go on.
So, did you always want to be an actor?
No.
What did you really want to do?
I wanted to. I suppose in the beginning I wanted to be a physicist because I've always been in love with science, that sort of thing. But I don't think I have the mental acumen to be a physicist or anything in that mathematical range of scientific jobs. But I would have loved to, on fallback, be a cetologist because my favourite animals are whales. I'd love to work with whales and study them. But of course, acting came easier to me, and I got very lucky. So I decided to just ride that bus till the wheels fell off. But who knows? Maybe I can try and incorporate the two somehow.
What do you have coming out?
So I'm about to go and film something in New York State, and they haven't actually given me approval yet to say the name, but we might be able to get that to you. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be cold, but I'm going to be out there for 3 weeks with a bunch of young folks. It's going to be a bit like summer camp, I think. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Other than that, the Legend of Ben Hall is an Australian film that I did. It's just, I think it's going to be released here at some point, but we just did the premiere out in Forbes in New South Wales. So that was very exciting, but look for that, The Legend of Ben Hall. It's about Australian bushrangers. It's like Western, but in Australia.
When you think of you grew up in what part of Australia?
Just in Sydney and outside Sydney.
Okay. Well, Sydney is great, but you can do so much there, just like you can do so much here. For those visitors who haven't been there, where would you suggest that they go?
To Sydney?
In Australia.
Oh, in Australia. I would say absolutely go to Sydney because it's, so far as cities go, it's quite a unique city. It's obviously beautiful and there's all the classic landmarks and things, but it's one of your world cities like New York or London or even Los Angeles, and there's so many people from so many different walks of life. But I would say if you go to Australia, you must go to the country. You must go and visit what makes Australia such a unique landmass, which is this isolated evolution. These wonderful animals and this wonderful landscape, and I know you guys are used to the eucalyptus trees now because you've got them all over LA. Took them from us, damn you! But it's just worth seeing because it's an alien world when you get out there. It is. It's like seeing snow for the first time.
And you were talking about a favorite spot. You probably would like to live in the South, right?
Yeah. I like the atmosphere down there, and I mean literally the atmosphere. Physically, although it can be quite humid in some places, and I was only there for a very short time. It was just gorgeous, and I like seasons too. Yes. Living in LA, there's no damn seasons. Living in Australia, there's no damn seasons. So I don't know. I like change. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.